Hello, this is your voice, a little more focused for another step within. You are listening to the From Every Angle podcast, launching November 2025. Today's episode, Waterloo, How a Noisy Mind Brought Down an Emperor. If you've listened to episode 0, you already know this podcast is not just about storytelling. We are here to draw something meaningful out of real moments in history and bring it into the reality of our lives today. Throughout history, there were moments when a single pause, a split-second decision, or a different perspective could have changed everything. And that tells us something. A clear mind can shape destiny, and a noisy mind can destroy it. Today, we are using two respected academic articles to open this idea more fully. Source 1, Warren Bennis, The Leader as a Storyteller, published in Harvard Business Review, Jan-Feb 1996, on why storytelling is a critical tool for leadership. Source 2, Ludmila Mládková, Leadership and Storytelling, published in Procedia, Social and Behavioural Sciences, 2013, on why under pressure the mind prefers narrative over raw data. If you're ready, let's step into one of Europe's defining days, a day when a noise inside the mind brought down an emperor. The night before Waterloo, June 17, 1815. Rain has fallen all night. The air is cold, and the hills around Waterloo was saturated from the night rain like a damp blanket thrown across the land. Inside this darkness, a command tent glows under faint lantern light, and inside sits a man who once bent Europe to his will, Napoleon Bonaparte. But this Napoleon is not the 29-year-old general who reshaped Europe in the Italian campaign. The sharpness in his eyes, the relentless energy, gone. His eyes are bloodshot, his coughs dry, and most of all, his mind is tired and loud. One by one, commanders enter, each carrying conflicting reports. The Prussians are retreating. No, they are advancing. The British are weakening. No, this is a trap. There is plenty of information, but almost no meaning. Napoleon studies the maps. The ink has run from the dam. Lines blur together like his thoughts. He whispers, "Tomorrow everything will be clear." But tomorrow was not clear. The morning of Waterloo. Morning of June 18th, 1815. Rain has stopped, but the ground is still heavy and wet. French artillery sinks. Cavalry sleeps. The attack is delayed. Hours pass, and those few hours change everything. Wellington, the British commander, needs one thing: time. Time for the Prussians to arrive, and the rain-drenched earth beneath them becomes the silent force on his side. The key question: why Napoleon, a master of military terrain, didn't see this coming? Some blame illness, some blame exhaustion. But many historians agree Napoleon's mind was noisy, and a noisy mind cannot see. Mental pressure. He was under crushing pressure. Demand for quick victory. Conflicts among commanders. Delayed leaders. Sleepless nights. The weight of saving France. When these stack up, the mind shifts from decision-making to reaction. Napoleon, the man who always thought several steps ahead, was suddenly several steps behind. This is cognitive overload. When the mind is overwhelmed and when the mind fills up, everyone, even Napoleon, falls behind. The fall. Afternoon, from the east side of the French line, soldiers appear. The Prussians. Prussians, ancestors of modern Germans, were disciplined, fast, decisive. Their arrival often flipped battles, and they came from exactly where Napoleon didn't expect. Around 4:30 p.m., the balance shifts. British from the front, Prussians from the flank. French troops begin to break. Napoleon orders an attack, then a retreat, then another attack. But without a mental picture, without a narrative, there is no direction. Final whisper. Dusk settles. Napoleon murmurs, "It's over." This wasn't the voice of a man who lost the battle, but someone who realized his mind had fallen long before his army did. This isn't just history, it's a pattern. When messages pile up, when the second question arrives before you've answered the first, when everything feels urgent, the mind drops from foresight to reaction. This is where mindful thinking in a noisy world becomes essential. You must step back and let a clear picture form again. If you don't, even an emperor falls. Mládková shows the mind cannot handle too much data, especially in crisis. When information hits from every direction, the mind stops processing and starts reacting. Narrative is the solution. A clear story organizes the mind, provides perspective, and separates noise from signal. Napoleon failed cognitively because he couldn't distinguish battlefield signal from informational noise. A leader who cannot create a narrative loses the ability to decide. Bennis introduces compassion of information, turning complexity into one clear narrative. Great leaders doesn't absorb endless reports. They create one simple story others can follow. Churchill did. We shall stand. We shall fight. We shall never surrender. Not analysis, story. Without this compression, the mind overloads. Exactly Napoleon at Waterloo. A leader without a story is a leader without direction. Here are a few simple daily practices that can help quiet your mind. Exercise 1. 2-minute pause. Close your eyes, observe, breathe. Exercise 2. Daily narrative. 3 lines. Situation, my role, one small step. Exercise 3. Manage focus, not time. 15 to 20 minutes deep focus. Reduce cognitive load. Finally, Waterloo wasn't just a battle. It was a warning. When the mind becomes noisy, even the strongest fall. You may not command any army, but you command your life. And in this noisy world, power belongs to the one who listens, who sees, and who creates a conscious narrative. I'm Saeed Sapanta, and this was episode 1 of From Every Angle. If this narrative gave you a new angle to think from, subscribe. More is coming. Stay calm and think consciously.